It's spring 1944, in the skies above the oil fields of Romania. It's a strategic location which supplies some 60% of the rice crude oil and is vital to Axis logistics, which is why today the Allies have the oil fields in their sights. American B-17s and P-51s are en route to strike a blow and take out the oil supply. Swarms of B-17 bombers are incoming, but they're not alone. The flying fortresses are being escorted by squadrons of P-51 Mustangs, the Cadillac of the sky. It's an epic force, but they're not expecting an easy ride. Inside the Mustangs, the cry of bandits goes up, and swarms of Bf-109s are spotted. The battle is on. The P-51s desperately try and protect the slower B-17s, and a bitter dogfight ensues. One of the P-51s is about to score a kill on a 109, when from behind, a German fighter appears and opens up with cannon fire from just 100 yards. The Mustang doesn't stand a chance. It falls apart in an epic explosion, leaving a trail of smoke on its way down as its final flight ends. The 109, victorious with its red heart on the side, doesn't stop for self-congratulation, and its pilot immediately targets and trails another P-51, strafing it with machine gun and cannon fire. A second American plane is sent in flames to the ground. This particular pilot's skill is recognized by the Americans, and 8 Mustangs team up to scream around him, shooting constantly. But the German, amazingly, is evading most of the fire with superb maneuvers and hard turns. That being chased in hard battle drinks fuel at an alarming rate. Inside the cockpit of the 109, a red warning light has been flashing for some time now. Fuel is running out. The German pilot knows he won't make it back to base, continues until the last moment. As the engine starts to splutter, he makes a decision to bail out. His parachute opens violently, and then he floats gently towards the ground. One of the Mustangs comes around for what looks like an attack run on the falling pilot. Instead, the American flashes past, saluting the German. The code of conduct amongst the Knights of the Air isn't dead. The man on the receiving end of the salute is Erich Hartmann, the deadliest fighter pilot of all time, with 352 confirmed victories. Hartmann scored most of his victories fighting the Soviet aircraft on the Eastern Front. On one memorable occasion in 1944, he flew 2 consecutive missions, during which he downed 11 enemy aircraft. Flying in an almost constant state of numerical inferiority, dodging bursts from Yak fighters and Soviet flag, Hartmann had many brushes with death, but the closest he got was when he was almost killed by a fellow German. The Soviets are advancing towards the base of Erich's unit, JG-52. His commanding officer orders Lieutenant Hartmann and 7 other pilots to take to the skies and clear the air of enemy fighter bombers. The squadron takes off, and Hartmann soon sights 40 Sturmovik bombers, escorted by 40 Yak-9 and Lag-5 fighters. Erich leads his squadron, plunging from above like falcons onto their prey. The Bf-109s slice through the enemy fighters, firing burst after burst of machine gun fire. Hartmann then moves on to attacking the Sturmoviks. His modus operandi is to approach the target from behind and slightly beneath its tail. Then, when the plane fills his windscreen, Erich squeezes the trigger. One short burst, and the Soviet bomber explodes. The ace then backs away sharply and flies even closer to the second catch of the day. Another hail of bullets, and this Sturmovik too flashes into flames. But then a series of bangs start his Hartmann. He's not been hit, but his engine is failing and it's spewing off smoke. While he still has control of the fighter, the pilot decides to crash land into a field of sunflowers. Erich takes his time to exit the plane, reassured by the sight of a German truck approaching. The problem is, it's a captured vehicle, and the 2 soldiers inside bear a red star on their caps. He knows he will be taken prisoner, but they will have to sweat for it. As the Soviets approach, he feigns injury, and the 2 have to load him onto a stretcher and then onto the bed of a truck. As the vehicle drives behind Soviet lines, the soldiers are distracted by the sound of Stuka dive bombers. It's now or never. The apparently wounded pilot sprints to his feet and knocks the guard to the ground, then jumps off the truck and sprints away. Walking in the darkness, Erich is startled when a voice booms out, "Halt!" Before Erich can identify himself, the